Hello.
Hi, Mr. Ang. This is Thomas of iCollect. I'm here to see your collection.
Thomas, please come in. Harry Ang. I collect vintage and antique telephones and gramophones. Well, I started collecting antique telephones and gramophones in 1954, the year that I came from Malaysia. The reason why I collect antique phones and gramophones, especially telephone, is because telephones are not instruments, they are used for display. But they can be used like modern telephones for communications with friends and relatives. Likewise, this applies to gramophone. We know all gramophones or phonograph, they are talking pieces. You can play and you get music and you find them very interesting. I have a special liking also for this instrument because I like music. Well, for telephone collection, by year 2000, I remember I had as many as almost 2,000 pieces. Let me now share with you a few of those that are very rare internationally. This is a spider. Why is it called spider? If you look at it, the shape looks like a spider. And it is very unique and special because it has a second-party receiver, which is used by another party, by someone, to secretly listen to the conversation between the receiver and the caller. Now, the listening of this conversation was unknown to the caller. Well, let me show you. This is another piece. This is a 100 over years Edison skeleton. It is very, very unique and special for reason. This phone has two cranks, one on each side. We call it double crank Edison skeleton. This is now very rare. I think hardly you can find any in the region. Even internationally, there may be just a few pieces around. This is another very bulky Edison war phone. It was made in the early 19th century. Originally, all phones were made without the dial. We have to use the crank here to alert the telecom staff if you want to make a call, to conduct the call for you. So with the installation of this, we can now use it for our modern days. Here I show you two special phones. They are plastic phones from Germany. They are very rare in the market. It is called a drum picker. The dial looks like a drum. Though it is made of plastic, and because it is rare, the price is high. Now let me show you here one of the oldest phonograph. This is an Edison phonograph made before 1918, and it plays cylinder record, not the normal record like 78 RPM. And this is the cylinder record. This is a black cylinder. It plays for minutes. Let me show you a demonstration. You tuck in the record, close it, wind on, and now it plays. Okay, here is another first generation phonograph made before 1918. It is a Edison cylinder player. It plays the 2 minutes record, 160 RPM. Here I show you the different kinds of Edison record or cylinder records. This is 2 minutes. Cranked to give it power and you start running. This is a stop. On. Well, to share with you how I learned to repair and restore telephones. First, I use many pieces of complete telephone and I knock them off. Once I open up, I can see the components inside. I try to plug it on, operate it, and observe how actually it functions. I attended a course before, so was no problem to me to understand the circuit. Over the last few years, I learned from all the different models from all over the world. I have mastered the skill of repairing and restoring any kind of telephone. And I can also proudly say that there's no antique telephone in the world now that I cannot bring back its life. Well, how I catalog my antique for sale is actually by way of doing write out like this. For example, this telephone, I have the photo here. I have returned what it is, where it was made, when it was made, and where it had been popularly used in the past. So trusted buyer who come to my home can simply just look at the write out and see any item they may be interested.
What an amazing and rare collection. Now, if you share Mr. Harry Ang's passion in collecting antique and vintage telephones and gramophones, or are interested in acquiring, you can reach out to him. His contact is in the description below. Now, show us your like, share the video, and subscribe. If you would like us to feature you or to collaborate, please get in touch with us via this email address. Now, this is Thomas, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.